everybody. Thank you so much. It's a great week, actually, this week.
Yes, it
This
is. Of course, it's your boy Kevon Tyrre. Of course, the musician. Of course, the beautiful Miss Honey.
And the musician right here.
Yeah, that's
The
me. Right. No,
musician.
Kill the mess. All right, you still thinking you can sing, girl?
Yeah, I can sing really good.
You can't sing. You can't dance.
I can.
I mean, you look good in the dress. I'll give you that, of course. But you know, and you was a hustler. But you know, you ain't no singer or dancer.
I'm a hustler.
You a hustler, baby. Just want you to know, yeah, you a hustler.
Why do you call me hustler? But anyways,
Why?
before we get ahead with ourselves, I would like to actually thanks all viewers of social media shows, not only with Musician Loves Honey, but all that actually love to see us, squirm.
You squirm. I squirm. You squirm way more than I do. But anyway, welcome to the show, y'all. We're glad you're here with us for another week. It is another lovely week here in Las Vegas. It is very warm. It's about they said the high was gonna be 82 today.
Oh my God, 90 yesterday.
It was very warm. We're not going all the way. Well, it's not all the way crazy yet. Save that for like May, June, especially June. Right now is a beautiful time of year. Obviously, the pool parties are all open right now.
Yes.
All the young people.
Shout out to DJ Randy Wong.
Yep, DJ Randy Wong. He had a birthday this past Saturday. We'll get to that, though. We'll get to that. Yeah. All right, we'll get to that.
I just want to, because you said
I know, I got you. Yeah, we'll get to audit. We'll get to audit.
Shout out
hold on. Let's do this in accordance, all right? Because you'll jump everywhere. Let's do this in a kind of, can we do this in a matter of fashion?
I didn't get the memo.
You never do. All right, so
I sent out the memo.
Right. Well, first and foremost, we want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. Of course, you can catch the show, of course, right here on Facebook Live. Give us a like and a share. Go ahead, tell all your people about it. Let us know what's up. Shoot us a like and a follow, of course, on Musician Loves Honey, our page, and, of course, social media shows. And, of course, if you're catching us here, you can also catch us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and, of course, our website.
Plus.
We're on Google Plus too?
Yes.
I thought they killed that.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, I'm on the hip and she ain't. How did that happen, right? And, of course, you can catch us right here on our website on socialmediashows.com. So thank you guys very much for checking us out and hanging out. And now that we went to that, now we can do the shout-outs. And, of course,
we can?
Yes, we can. Now,
thank you for letting me.
You're very welcome. Now, obviously, since ladies first, she wants to be adorable. Go ahead and show off the bling.
Thank you so much to Paparazzi Jewelry.
Of course.
I actually wear the matching earrings and this one. This is really, really nice. If you guys actually want, this is only $5, guys.
That's right.
$5.
Now, let me ask real quick. Now, did this have the matching earrings?
Yes, the matching earrings.
You're wearing them as well?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Now, I wanted to say that.
Shout out to Jessica.
Jessica D. Now, both of those, not just one or the other is $5. They're both $5 for the both.
You can have this pair of earring and necklace and
for $5.
Look how beautiful it is. It totally changed my look.
Now, see, if you think it looks good on her, imagine how it look good on you. Because I'm kidding. I got a message with it, right?
Anyways,
you look great though. It looks lovely.
You too. I don't normally see you the way you dress up today.
Thank you.
What's the occasion?
No,
Are you going to a funeral or something?
Ooh, I mean, God knows I got one foot in the grave. That's for dang sure, Jack. But since you put your shout out, of course, we're gonna put on one of our affiliates and what fashion boutiques. What's up,
shout
Mr.
Out to Glenn
Dodd. Yep,
yes.
G Dodd, Jillian Dodd. What's up, yo? We keep you repping our people out there. And of course, before we go any further, we gotta give a shout out to Revolution Radio 2 because you can catch this show on audio
format.
Audio format. Thank you for correcting me for that.
I know a little bit English.
You do have a little bit on occasion. And we do air twice a day on Sundays, and you'll catch on social.
Social media show Sunday on revolutionradio2.com.
And that is with the number 2. Right, as the number 2. So you can catch us with us and all of our other shows that we have, which we will get to at the end of the program.
And since we're doing some shout out, I want to shout out to those who just joined us. Sean Russell, Christy Chaos. Is that Chaos? If I'm pronouncing
I'm going to say Chaos.
Yes.
You could be wrong, but I'm going to say Chaos.
Mark.
Voltry. It's a Veltri, or I'll say Veltri because V-E-L.
Are they international? You know what? The good thing is we are actually in 52 countries now.
Are we really?
Yes.
Okay.
So
that's very cool.
We don't know if they're from from India,
right,
Afghanistan, Iraq.
Okay, well, hey, for all those, man, for whatever language that means hello, how are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right, now before we get crazy, because I know you'll go off. This past week was very interesting. Was fun. A lot of the team was able to come see me this past Saturday at the Suncoast, which was a fun situation. We had Timothy Dark, my lead host on Dark Music Television.
And your whole team?
Yes, we had JD, we had JC.
Yes.
Of course, we had the boss lady over here
and
kicking it.
we're gonna have some more, you know that, right?
Yes, well, I hope you guys do. It was a fun time.
We would like to invite everybody for the next event next month, May 4th.
That's correct.
We start at 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. seeing this guy fall on the floor. But you know what? It's so lucky. I was telling my team that when is he gonna fall on the floor?
Well, see, this is the thing, right? See, to give you guys an insight of what she's talking about, I grew up on hip-hop dancing. So my style is like that 80s, 90s hip-hop stuff. And I've kind of made an amalgamation off of that, and of course, being at the age I am today. So this lady here, she's a little more formal whenever she's had dancing classes. She's not a dancer. Don't get it twisted. She's not a dancer, but she's taken dancing classes, and the dancing classes she's had is a little more formal. So when she looks at that more urban style of dancing, she sees it as something. She sees it as something like something's wrong with it. You know, if she saw somebody crunk, for instance, she's like, "Is he having a stroke?" You know, that's kind of the thing.
No, if you look on the video, I think it's the angle of the video, I believe.
I mean, it could be a variety of things. I mean, but
that's the reason why you look like.
But I mean, but keep in mind, I mean, I learned my stuff from like Bobby Brown, MC Hammer, obviously Michael Jackson. You know who Bobby Brown is? You know who Bobby Brown is. You don't know who Bobby Brown is? Do you know who New Edition is?
No.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm talking about, because all she knows is all those Bon Jovi type people, you know, and
Bryan Adams.
Ryan Adams.
Bryan
Adams. Okay, I know him, but you realize that's like 30-something years ago. You're probably like a Richard Marx type of person, huh?
No.
You don't know who Richard Marx is?
I think I heard his name.
Okay, well, anyway, Bobby Brown and New Edition, right? They were a 80s boy band, right? They were singing.
Are they black or white?
They're all black. There's like there's 5 of them, and then they added a new member, so now there's 6 of them.
Oh, okay.
Right. So Bobby
How about
Brown.
The new kids on the block.
Well, okay. Here's the interesting part. See, I'm schooling her now. You're watching Schoolage as we speak. The same person who managed New Edition used that template to create New Kids on the Block. So he had New Edition first. He built them up. They had hits in the 80s, and they've had hits up till the early 2000s, actually. They're like in their 50s now. But they still
also know Backstreet Boys.
Well, that doesn't say anything.
Well, I am just trying to tell you what boy band I know.
Right, you know all the Anglo-Saxon bands. You don't know the bands that have like that were born with a tan. You don't know any of them. Born with a tan, aka.
Oh, okay, got you.
AKA,
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Right.
Oh, God, that kind of thing.
Thank you so much for those people. Just join us. We just see them. But anyways, okay, we don't need actually. We don't need. I will go on the Google search to
You know
find
what?
out.
Yeah, you need a whole lot of Google search. This one here, she need to Google your ass off, girl, because you don't know nothing about nothing. But I ain't mad at you though.
But anyways, our topic for this week, we supposedly have actually ex-Senator Menando. I don't want to be quoted because I called Mr. Michael McDonald's as assemblyman few months ago. Like about 8 months ago, and I'd been actually bombarded with negative stuff on social media.
Oh, come on now. No, look, we've both been stuff. We had a thing where you were rebroadcasting the show last week, right?
Yes.
And there was a lady, you were telling me about it on the phone, right? And she was like, she didn't really get our rapport, just to say it nicely, and she kind of blasted me, and she showed me the thing on the text. She was like, "This person thinks you're a straight douchebag," And I
He's
was
a
like,
douchebag,
okay,
yeah.
well, I am kind of
He's
a
a
douchebag,
he's
right?
a
But
douchebag,
but
yeah.
I'm not like an evil douchebag,
You are
know.
an evil
Whoa,
douchebag.
whoa. I am not a male massage. I am not a male
You're
misogynist.
a
I'm not a chauvinist pig. All
what
right,
does that
I'm none of
mean?
that. Chauvinist pig. It means that a chauvinist pig basically means that I am not the person that thinks men are like the best thing ever and women suck and they should just be in the back of the
Oh,
bus
you're not
barefoot
that.
and,
You're not
barefoot
that.
and pregnant.
You're not that. A
Right.
little bit only. But
Oh, just a little jab, just a little jab.
anyway,
Oh, that was sneaky. Okay, I'm gonna get you back for that one, but I got you. You one point. The first silo has been shot. I got you. I'm gonna get you back for that, but I got you. You got that round. You got that round.
Anyways, yeah, we supposedly have ex-senator Menando on our thing, but because of some he's
Logistics.
busy.
Yeah, just logistics.
He's,
It's
he's
basically right.
busy. There's something came up, and yeah, he wouldn't be able. But we will try to get him back here.
Yes.
But shout out to ex-senator Mark Menando.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was a senator here in Las Vegas.
Okay, that's very cool.
For those who knows him, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyways, so our topic for this week is about trust.
Okay. And how are we talking about this trust this particular time?
Yeah, well, trust, broken trust is actually our whole topic this week. And
alrighty.
yeah, you know how a lot of people out there technically it's hard to give trust. It has to be earned. You know what I mean?
Look. Trust is very difficult. Is as the quote goes. It takes a long time to build, and it takes a little bit of time to destroy. Now, this is Nala. All right, this is Nala the cat. She lives in this lovely area here, and whenever the camera is on us, she goes, "What about me?" Because I'm a cat and I deserve all the attention. Ow!
Hey!
Ow!
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, put him down. Put her down.
I'm gonna put her down.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
She's
I have 2 cats, so
yeah,
me having a claw on my neck is not a shock. You know,
I don't want that clause.
Right? It's just like, what are you doing? You know, so that's
but
that's
anyways, yeah, the broken trust. You know, it's really hard to just give a trust, especially at our age.
Yes.
We kind of know.
I mean, it's hard regardless, but it's definitely harder as you've lived life for a while and you've gotten to a certain point, and we've had these defenses that we've built up over experience, over years of living. And it's kind of hard for people to, get into that. If we want it, like everyone else, we want it on our own terms, and not everybody agrees with that. And
yes, of course.
That back and forth that people do, But
well, we're gonna go more of the broken trust. On our second segment, since we don't have a guest today.
Well, yeah. So let's go through the week.
Yes.
Right, because as usual, she's bouncing all over the place. Just like pinball with her. She's just like, we're gonna go here, ding, 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 tilt. Hold on, slow down. Let's do this. First off, how was your week?
I thought
you did not snap. I talked about me a little bit, and then of course I'll go back to that a little bit because of course I'm a self. I'm that person. But first, how was your week? How are things going for you?
My week is great. It's busy as normal.
Mm-hmm.
For me, normal is busy.
Normal
if I'm
is
not,
busy.
Yeah. I'm not busy, I'm going crazy.
Now, why? What's wrong with just taking some time off, relaxing?
No, we don't need time off until
until. Okay, no, I got you. I got what you're going.
Yeah, no need time off. I have to focus.
Well, there's a lot of wheeling and dealing here at social media shows. Always trying to get the next thing moving, the next thing up and running. Also, we're trying to keep things moving as we are right now. So I get that on your part. Mine has been obviously pretty busy because other than the Sunco situation, I had a gig Friday at the House of Blues.
Yeah, and then you were someplace the other night.
That's right.
Sunday night.
That's
I
right.
was surprised. I'm kind of like, okay, why is he not answering his phone?
Well, I can't. She always wants me to deal with stuff in social media shows, and when I'm here, I'm here. But when I'm gone, I deal with my music because she knows that's my bread and butter. So to her point, obviously Friday I was at there. Saturday, true story, I got a call for a gig while I was in the green room for the Suncoast. Obviously, I couldn't make that gig, right? So the same individual called me the very next morning, had 3 hours of sleep, called me that morning talking about, I need you, will you please come to the gig? That turned out to be the lead singer for Out of the Norm. Shout out to Mr. Norman Hart out there. So we got to tag
Norman Hart.
Right. This dude, he sings
we would like to follow this one like a groupie.
See, there you go with that. Right. This man sings for one of the prestigious old school acts out there. Right. I want to say the Blue Notes. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going to tag you in this. Okay. So, and he sings when he does tours for them. Right. And they still are out there. And this guy has his own band, and he called me saying, would you please sing with me? Obviously, it was a pleasure and a privilege to do that with you. I knew most of the musicians, and it was the first time we played together. So it was, but it was a good look. It was really fun. And
I haven't seen any video or anything.
Oh well, you know me, man. I'm never taking a video while I'm performing. I'm too busy bouncing around. I'd probably break my phone if I tried to.
Yeah, he bounced around, and I can't wait to see him fall on that stage.
If I fell, I would have fell on the bar at that place. But
anyways, yeah, it's been a fun weekend for us.
Yes, it was fun. It was
finally
nice for the whole team.
Let me say this.
Okay.
Captain Steve O of RevolutionRadio2.com.
Yes.
You asked for it for the last 3 nights last week, from Friday to Sunday night.
Okay. What are you talking about?
No, Friday. Yeah, Friday. No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, 3 days straight. I was out and about trying to be chasing all these different artists and performers in town.
Well, hold on now. You know what? That's a great point. Now, we've talked about this, and it's hard for us because it's hard for me, because if I'm not at a gig, I'm prepping for a gig. So my next 3-4 weeks right now is like ridiculous. But for you, because I know you're always bogged in here doing the editing. Yes. Because she does a lot of stuff, the editing for the YouTube, for Twitter, for all that stuff.
And then sending all
making all
the correspondence.
Right. And now for those who do video work, which I learned firsthand when I actually did some editing with you, it's very, very daunting, drawn out, boring stuff that'll make you fall asleep. And she's focused. She is focused on it. So to your credit, she's focused. But it's hard
It's really easy for me.
Well, it's easy for you.
12-hour job, and editing is only 2 hours for me.
Well, that doesn't mean that you're good at it. But, that's not the point. Yeah, see? And I got you back just that quick, see? I got you. But anyway, my point to you is that I agree with you with, it's hard to take in all that time with the editing and the process that takes.
And to go see you.
And to go out just to check out other artists and to kind of get the pulse.
Yep.
Because now, to his point, obviously, since that's what we do and we want to kind of foster that, we need to make the time to do that. But it's hard to allocate that and to kind of figure out what
But I did it, Steve. I did it.
But
and I had fun. Honestly, I never thought that it's fun.
Well, this is the thing. And we talked about this multiple times, and I'll say it real quick to get off of it because I don't like to talk too much about myself outside of these situations.
Right.
I don't. I mean, I do, but not in this situation. My shows like to be fun. They like to be exciting. They have a good time, and it worked out that way because we had our team with us.
Yes.
JD's always silly. Yeah. JC was up here. He was grinding. He was grinding to get his thing moving.
I got 3 drinks, right? So Jessica D, that is like what, $30 or what more? 45? I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
So 45 divided by 5, how many jewelry is that?
9. 45 divided by 5 is 9.
So 9 jewelries.
9 jewelries? I'm giving it all to the kids, so I'm just gonna give it all to my daughter. I'm not giving you any. I might give you 1 just because. Oh yeah.
But anyways, okay, So anyways, anything else you want to talk about before we get into our break and pay the bills?
Well, you know what? All I'm gonna say is I'm just glad everyone's here with us. Obviously, we're gonna have a nice long show today. It's gonna be a fun time. Fortunately, we didn't get to our guest, but you know what? Things happen. So we're gonna get into the subject going on in the next segment. And everyone, stay tuned. This is Musician Loves Honey. Lovely Maria, your boy Kevon Tyrre. We'll be right back. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve. So why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures
and everybody else is interested in styles, designs, and wardrobes. Add this name to your list. And What Fashion. They'll have you looking runway ready with their customized apparel and accessories. And if you ain't heard, they currently on trial for murder because they killing the game with his and her fashion. Go check them out at the Rancho Discount Mall on 2901 West Washington Ave, space 128. For additional info, dial 702-624-5584. Also follow them on Instagram at And What Fashion Boutique. And What Fashion. Triumph over adversity.
Welcome back, and this is Maria, the musician, and
this,
the honey.
Oh, she is the delusional one talking that mess.
No, of
this
course,
is
and you are the delusional, darling.
How
Not
can I
me.
be delusional? I actually sing and actually perform. I mean, you might sing and perform doing a striptease for somebody, but you know.
Striptease?
Yeah, striptease.
Do you know that there's a sushi place here?
Whoa, what kind of transition was that? That was
No,
horrific.
because
That was a horrific transition.
I just remember.
She was just like, "Oh,
No.
striptease. That sounds like sushi." How does that play?
No.
Are you saying something's fishy over there? I mean, how did that translate?
No, this sushi place, their menu is all about striptease, man whore, those kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I remember that. That's when you said striptease, I know that I ordered that striptease sushi.
So okay, does striptease mean they have like a server who's giving some tasty?
No, their menu, their food is actually coated with those kind of silly things.
Okay, that was the worst transition ever of all time. But anyway, welcome back to Musician Loves Honey. I am Kevon, Tyrre, the musician. This is the delusional musician, aka.
No, this is the delusional person.
How?
At least I am just a delusional.
How are you
musician.
Delusional?
But
You just went from
delusional.
You just went from sushi to striptease as if they had a connection.
They have a connection. The striptease is the menu.
No.
Board.
Is the restaurant called striptease?
No, it's not.
Are there any people in like any sensual outfits that
No.
serve you the food?
I have to take you there, so that you know what I'm talking about.
You know what? If I don't see anybody cute in some outfits all giving me a menu,
it's a
I'm
restaurant.
gonna be very disappointed.
It's a fine restaurant,
I'm gonna be
sushi, fine
disappointed.
restaurant.
I'm just saying it's gonna be disappointing.
No, you're not gonna be disappointed with the food, but you're gonna
I'll
be
be disappointed with the
that
servers.
You're not gonna see any stripping
Well,
waitress.
I don't need her to strip down everything, just something scantily clad, and then give me the menu.
There you go. This is
and then, but see, I'm just thinking about the transition. Let the transition make sense.
I think you are a pervert.
Am I a pervert?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe. All right.
Guy, I tell
I'm
you.
just saying, maybe.
Anyways, welcome back to Musician Lab, Sunny. We already said that.
Right, but see, this is what we say. I know I perform and sing and dance and do all that stuff.
I know that I perform in front of the camera.
I know you perform, but that depends on the boyfriend you have and how the date went that evening, doesn't it?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, I forgot your boyfriend is Leonardo in social media shows?
Yes.
They both get to share you?
Yes.
What an interesting threesome that is. Okay.
Yeah, oh my God, we do have threesome all the time.
I'll bet you do. Nasty. All right. Well, anyway, our topic of today is broken trust. Now, when we talk about that, I see Nala trying to be sneaky because I'll say trust is not broken with Nala because we trust that Nala will be a nosy cat who wants to get attention whenever we're on air or doing something.
I'll take her in my lap.
Uh-huh. You gonna take care of the cat?
Yes.
All right.
Come here, baby.
See this type of stuff here. Right. Now, quick segue before we get into it because it happened to go here. As all cats do, and cat owners, go ahead and comment on this since we have this part of the show. When you're doing something, when you're working, whatever it is that you have to concentrate on, and your pet loves to get in your business on the worst possible time, right? The worst possible time. If you're doing like paperwork or whatever it is you need to do, and your dog or cat is like, what about me? What about you? I've been talking to you all day, and you ignored me. Now I have something to do, and now you're like, well, I don't like that, and get jealous and want to come around.
Do you know that my pussycat is also majored? We graduated the same time, majoring in business management and accounting. Because every time I do my schoolwork, she's right there. She is touching my computer.
That means she's jealous of your schoolwork, and she's like, what about me? Because I am the god. I'm the alpha and omega. She's
always right there. If I have my computer here doing my schooling, she's right here. So yes, but anyways,
that's her being jealous. That's not her helping you. There's a difference. All right. Now, granted, I'm a cat lover and a cat owner myself. However, let's just call a cat a cat. Let's just call a cat a cat because there being some sneaky stuff.
Yes. Anyway, so broken trust. Let's get to our topic.
All right. Well, let's just put it here like this. Now we will, as we talk about it, for anyone who wants to talk about how your cats are nosy or broken trust, please hit that up in the comments below. We love to read and hear what you have to say. That way we can go ahead and comment on that on the show. All right. So first and foremost, let's use, what was your first experience with broken trust?
Oh.
Your first experience.
How about you first?
No, I asked you first.
No,
this is your, I know that. This is your, yes?
No.
Yes. Yes.
We didn't talk about this. I didn't sign up.
You did say it. You brought up the subject. This is your subject. How are you going to bring up a subject and not want to talk about it? We're giving people examples of how broken trust.
Okay, I'll answer it. Stupid.
See, this is what I mean by, oh my God, I have to talk about me. Yes.
It's supposedly you, not me.
I can do that all day. Come on, even I know that gets boring. Come on.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you first is, when you are trying to give trust, you're trying to trust somebody, make sure you
oh my God. I feel the tap dancing. I can hear the tap dancing. I feel it. All right. My goodness.
What the heck?
Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis Jr. would love you right now. You're just like I'm like, man. All right. So you are tap dancing your ass off right now. Just answer the question.
Okay, well, I am actually answering the question.
All right, fair,
All right.
fair.
Make sure you actually trust yourself first before trusting anybody. So I always tell everybody that you
are not answering the question. You are not answering the
Well,
question.
I'm getting to the answer.
No, yeah, you're trying to run away from the answer by fucking some BS.
I'm not saying any BS. I'm telling the truth.
If you're gonna go around and about, at least run for politics. All right. If you're gonna do that, ask the ex-senator friend who should have been on the show. Hopefully, he'll get back soon. But ask him for an endorsement. That way, you can be an alderman or something. That way, you can use this place properly. For this, this pivot you're trying to push.
No, I'm not doing that. I am getting to the answer of your question.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, will you directly answer the question versus going over the river and through the woods? Can you do that? I don't want to walk through Candyland. Just give me the answer, girl.
Oh, okay. Broken trust?
What was your first experience with broken trust?
I didn't have any experience.
That's a lie and you know it. Come on now.
So how about you?
I already know my answer, but
So
I'm not going to talk.
Answer?
No, because you're trying to deflect the answers way more fun.
Let's put it this way, okay?
Uh-huh.
So when do you think that a person is not trustworthy enough?
When do you think?
Yeah, when can you say when do you stop when is your trust come on, help me out with this.
I don't speak pidgin. I don't know what you're talking about.
How can when do you have to figure out that the trust is broken?
Oh, okay.
There you go. I got it right. Yeah.
There you go. Well, I have no problem answering your question. I just would like an answer to mine first.
Come on.
No, come on now. Nope. What?
So what's your question again?
Don't start with that. What was your first experience with broken trust?
Like in general.
Well, obviously it has something to do with you. All right.
Okay. Well, you know what? When a person actually try to I always give 3 chances.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I always give 3 chances, and technically, I can give more than 3 chances. Depends on the situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But for me is the first time I meet a person, I already kind of figuring out if I have to give my full trust to this person or not. And then I ask different questions. I start knowing a person.
Right.
Yeah, and then when I figure out that he only needs three chances,
right,
or 1 chance or 2 chances. It depends on the situation.
I get that because I believe in the three strike rule as well.
You do?
I do believe in the 3 strike rule. So I am very much into.
I kind of know you with something that you.
Right.
Yeah, you're just running around the bush with that person.
Running around the bush.
Yeah. And it's
not
just like back and forth and then playing games. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that's what it is? Like you are right now by still not answering the question. Right?
I answered the question perfectly. I did say it.
No, you didn't. What was your first experience with broken trust? You said, and paraphrasing, you gave 3 chances. You did not say what your first experience was of your first experience dealing with broken trust. You just said the situation that depicts why.
First experience?
Yes. What was your first experience dealing with broken trust?
I don't know.
It could be you broke the trust of somebody or someone that broke trust with you.
I don't remember really.
That's BS, and you know it. That is a lie.
I just remember.
No, you choose not to say. Right?
No.
Yes.
I really don't remember.
That is a lie.
How about you?
I already know what mine is. Even I've lived as long as you have, for most part.
Okay, continue this one because I believe JD is here.
All right. Well, what I'm going to say, because you're not off the hook. All right. What I'm going to say is.
What?
Oh. What do we have?
No, it's okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually the mailman.
Oh, that's very cool. Good. That means I can say you're still not off the hook. Right. So so no, I'm not. I'm not letting. Now I'll answer your
Okay,
question,
well, my
and I will
broken-
respond. And I'll respond to my own question.
Okay, why don't you answer your question and then I'll answer your question?
No, because that is no.
Why are
No.
you asking me something that I don't remember? That's the thing.
Because you're not that old and decrepit yet.
I don't remember, honestly.
No, that's not true.
You're asking me for a first one.
I'm asking. Yes. Okay. Give me your most recent experience. All right. You know what? I'll cut you a little bit of a break. A little bit. What was the biggest impression, the biggest life experience you've had, right? And, shade it how you want to shade it, that dealt with broken trust.
Don't do this to me.
I mean, look. I mean, you can't say you forgot everything.
You can just say we can just actually talk in general about broken trust, not my experience.
No. And this is why. Right? Now, we've had this debate on the show since the shows began. Now, I've always felt when we have these subjects on the show, and she comes up with all the discussions that we talk about. She comes up with every single one of them. But
no.
Yes, you do. Oh, you come up with most of them.
Yeah.
I come up with an idea here or there, and then she'll shoot it down for the reason I'm going to get into.
Yeah, what you guys think about broken trust?
Hold on. How can we even say that if we're not even going to get to anywhere? So no, you're not jumping shit. So stop it. All right, you're not doing that. Now this is their.
Okay, all right.
No. Wait.
You are mean.
I'm not mean. I'm thorough.
No,
I am thorough.
You don't put me in a situation.
I'm not putting you in a situation. You won't even let me explain to say what the situation is, to say why you're doing what you're doing, to know why the situation's there in the first place.
You're mean.
I am not mean. All right, so this is the thing. She comes up with the subjects that we talk about. Most of the time.
Am I being interviewed or interrogated here?
You're being none of the above, and I would have no problem responding because you don't like to respond. Now, let me jump. But when we have the subjects on, she wants to talk about it in a general ideal versus, and we've talked about this, and I'm not going to get too deep into it. I feel that you should give a piece of your life just to show that you relate to the issue. You don't have to give your whole life story, of course, but you have to give a piece of something that happened to you that pertains to the subject at hand. That way you show that there's empathy and that you can relate to the subject we're talking about. Miss hiding over the glass veil of steel and shard and always having the bubble around her. She wants to bring up the subject but doesn't want to give any piece of her history.
I am the moderator, so I don't have to say.
That is not true, and you know that with me because we've been doing this long enough for you to know that, because I won't let you off the hook. So I say that to say this. If we are going to have a show about subjects that people will connect to and relate to, we have to give at least a small sliver of ourselves to have people understand what we're talking about, that we can relate to it. So to that end, give me, and I will even make it broader. That way you won't feel like you're pigeonholed in one specific thing, right? Can you give me an experience of your choosing, of your life, that dealt with broken trust? You could be that you broke the trust of somebody. It could be that you broken trust of someone. It could even be someone indirectly connected to you, just to give you a little bit of love. Because I know anything that actually deals with your person, you have you'll have palpitations and a panic attack.
Well, shucks.
I even said indirectly, so it could be someone that you know. It could be a family member or something that you know.
I don't even talk about that too. So.
Well, you have to talk about something. This is the subject we're talking about.
That's why I have you here.
I know, and that's why you have me here. That way I can push you to actually talk about the subject you brought up.
You shouldn't be doing this.
Well, then you should have picked a different subject.
Okay, let's pick different.
All right, this is what I deal with, yo. This is what I deal with all the time.
Let's pick another subject.
No, why don't we just deal with this one and quit being such a wuss? Come on, just give me one thing. One genuine thing. Something small.
Something small?
Something small.
Okay. Well, probably I don't want to say this because I love her. I love my sister. So
Okay.
that's the reason why I don't want to actually spill out anything.
But you could talk about friends. You don't need to put their name out
Friends.
there. You could say a family member without
All
saying
right,
their
well,
name.
yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, not nice. Good, a good point. I'm gonna actually, yeah, it's my friends.
Okay.
Right. This is a good topic. Oh my God, I
it's
love
so
it.
it's so good. She took us 5 minutes for her to run around it. You know, must see TV
Anyway,
at its finest.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a really small one so that we can get to your broken terrace thingy. Well,
Okay,
I was actually.
Say thank you, by the way, because since you're such a wuss.
You're right.
Wuss.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Whatever.
Wuss. Go ahead. Please tell your thing.
All right. When I you know when you are kind of like in the limelight.
Yeah.
Not limelight like these cameras right here. It's actually like you're in the peak of everybody loves you. Everybody comes to you because you're smart. You have a little bit money, not too much money, right?
Right.
And I'm talking about my married life.
Okay. Right.
And then you have all the friends. You have like 5 different group of more than 20 friends on each group.
Right.
And then when you decided that you're not happy with this relationship again anymore, and then all those people just disappear.
They all go away.
They all go away.
Right.
The same time, like I have only shout out to my Mia. Love you. I know she's in the Philippines now.
Okay.
But anyways, so everybody actually disappear.
Right.
Yeah, they all disappear, and you see, you trust these people that they're gonna be there all your life.
That they actually genuinely care
about you, and then all of a sudden
they all go away.
All of a sudden, nobody is out there
Right.
for you. You know what I mean?
Right. Even if they disagreed with whatever happened,
yeah.
they still should have been open enough to say so.
Yes.
And they didn't do that.
They didn't do that. They just like,
disappeared.
I said, where are my friends?
Right.
Like, yeah. So I think that's what actually brings me to the person I am right now.
Okay. Well, see, how hard was that? Now
Well,
I'm gonna give her a golf clap because it took us so long.
No, I don't wanna actually. I don't wanna. See, I forgive and forget.
The rule is to forgive and not forget.
No.
And obviously you haven't forgotten. You just
What I meant is put it in the side because I listen to this. If you actually keep any hatred in your heart,
right,
you become if you keep it in there, you cannot move forward.
I agree.
Yeah. So what I did is I forgive and forget, and I just become tough person.
Well, based on that experience, of course you would. But based on what you said and becoming a tougher person, you didn't forget.
I did forget.
No, you did not. You
because
forgave.
I
wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
That's not true.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be.
That's not true.
I don't entertain friends.
Well, my point is this: to forgive and forget denotes that you act like nothing ever happened.
I think that is gonna be our next topic.
Oh, really? Will you be just as difficult for that one too?
No.
Listen, I'm just saying. But to your point, you're saying
you are so mean to me.
I am not mean. I hold you accountable for something you
brought
up
so
yourself.
How about you?
Okay. And it's not going to take me 5 minutes to answer the question, by the way. No.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, I will say, and obviously I will not say the names to protect the innocent. I was in a relationship for a while.
Oh, you're talking about relationship.
You're right. I was in a relationship for a while. And I had an arrangement in my relationship. And
arrangement?
I had an arrangement. Well, yeah, can't get too much into it because I
want to know what is the arrangement.
Well, we just had an arrangement. I can't get into anything.
What is arrangement means?
It means that
it's just they arrange you to be together.
Okay, I'll take that. That's fair. I'll take that.
Is that what is the arrangement that you're talking about?
Well, I'm being honest about it without getting into the details.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay. Right. So, and that's a fair thing to say, right? You know how we were set up to be together or whatever.
Okay.
Right, and we had some rules that we all agreed upon.
Okay.
That we all set up.
Love supposedly doesn't supposedly come with a rule.
You know, you and I both know that's not true. You and I both know. And why? Because everyone here, especially after you've been around for a while, we have what I call deal breakers. They say, okay, you may accept this, but you won't accept this. You may accept this, but I'm not dealing with this. Right. Some things you'll compromise for. Other things you will not compromise for no matter what, because they're just not for you. Yeah. And you know that.
Yeah.
So anyway, in relationships, you kind of set up those ground rules. They say, okay, this is what we're working on to make that relationship work. And I broke those rules. You know, I broke them more often than not. And because of that, they left me. So, yeah. So that is my experience of broken trust.
So yeah, that's
right.
So let me ask you this: Are you gonna, law breaker? What do you call that now? Rule breaker.
Rule breaker?
Yeah, rule breaker.
Yeah, I do seem to have that in my personality trait. I've mellowed as I've gotten older, but yeah.
He is a rule breaker. Ew.
I do like to break rules, but
he does all the time.
You know,
he break the rules here at social media all the time.
Well, listen, the one rule I did break, you beat me up about, and obviously I'm not, because I was doing like the little camera on my phone. She was like, that's tacky. And I was like, well, look at the show. What are you talking about? I'm kidding. But, but I'm not doing it because I have my phone here. I'm being a good boy. I'm being good, I promise. I'm being good. Please, can I have another? You know, all that good stuff.
How do you actually, how fast you can trust a person? We're gonna actually talk about that in our next segment.
Sure.
So we're gonna actually pay some bills for now.
Cool. I dig that. All right.
Dig that?
Yes, I do. I feel you.
You.
I feel you. Right. I beat you to the punch.
You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Here we go with this, man. All right. So we will get to that next subject, and hopefully it will not take her half as long to answer a simple question. This is Musician Loves Honey. Maria, Kevon, Tyrre. We'll be right back. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York. So his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came...
Musician Loves Honey.
Yep.
And this is Maria, Nala.
Yep. Okay, so we it's your boy Kevon, Tyrre, Maria, and of course our special guest host, Nala the cat.
She loves to be in my lap.
She loves to be nosy when the intention's on something other than her.
She's totally like me.
Whoa.
Like the same as me.
Oh, she's the same as you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We love to be loved.
You know what?
I know. No, I don't like to be loved.
Yeah, you like to be aloof.
Yes, I am aloof.
You definitely are that. It's based on the last segment. You're definitely aloof.
But anyways, what are we talking about earlier?
All right, so our subject for today is broken trust, and you brought up a question that you wanted to do. Now, on the last segment, we were talking about it, And we just said, what is the experience that you have that kind of denotes what broken trust is to you? One of the things in your life that happened, obviously I told my story, example, one of the stories for you. If you guys have an example of that, obviously you don't have to put all the business out there like that, but if you have a situation like that, you please comment in on below. We love to hear what you have to say. It could be therapeutic for you. It could be nice to get it out of your system. It could be just to shun somebody, which we do not condone, by the way, but you know what? It's never a bad thing to kind of get things off your chest, and just to kind of get things moving.
And it's also free to just talk about this man, say bad things, like the one happened last week.
Okay, so before we get into the next subject, let's dive into that real quick. So we had the thing last week, right?
Yes.
And we were doing the thing, and the lady said, and what did she say about me specifically? Do you remember?
She said that she'll never ever meet you. She'll never ever talk to you because you are you hated women.
Now, I find that very, very interesting.
It's really interesting because I was gonna bust her out.
Right.
But then, in the meantime, I don't want because she's our viewer.
Right.
And I was gonna actually throw you under the bus, but of course I'm not gonna do that because we love you.
Right.
With social media. So, anyways, so I was like, I'm kind of like wanna go in the middle, and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's a very interesting thing because there's this contrast. There's this kind of conflict of treating people equally and chivalry. That versus chivalry. Now that could be a good subject for a show one day.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Equality versus chivalry. Now, this is why I say that, and then we'll go back on topic. Because with all the things that's happened for equal rights for minorities, for equal rights for women, they want to be seen for the content of their character. That's what a lot of the civil rights activists talked about. For abolitionists for female equality, abolitionists obviously for equal rights for like Malcolm X, Reverend Dr. King, etc., etc. But now there's this, I guess you could say, convoluted way of what chivalry is, because now it's so different. It depends on what each woman or each person, what chivalry means to them. So
what exactly you mean by chivalry?
What I mean by that is
trying to.
All right. Well, what I mean by chivalry is like moving the chair first for her to sit down, or opening the door for her.
Oh, okay.
Things like that. Now, that's showing respect, which is not a bad thing. But for some women, they would see that as an insult, because they would say, I am just as much as an individual as you. I should not get preferential treatment. Because I am equal.
That's interesting.
A lot of women feel that way. I'm not speaking for all women, obviously, because I'm a man.
The thing is, if somebody is dating me, I actually expect a man to open my doors.
Yeah, because he's courting you.
Yeah. But if it's like business partner, or I don't give a fuck.
Of course, and that's the thing. Now, in a romance situation, that makes perfect sense because you're courting, you're dating. So in those situations, of course, you're going to take precedent for the person you want to be with, or hopefully things work out.
Yeah.
That is respectful in that situation.
Yes.
Outside of that,
it shouldn't be.
But a lot of people still have that back and forth of, you should open the door for somebody.
But you know what? This is a good topic next time, so we'll actually move on to our topic so that we can finish it.
Well, we're gonna finish it. You know what I mean? See, she doesn't like when I'm pushing, even though she likes it, but she doesn't like it. But anyway,
but you know what?
I got you.
This guy is the only guy closest to me that totally disagree on everything I say.
I don't disagree on everything, but I probably will agree. I will disagree with a lot, though.
Yeah, no, it's not really disagreeing, but it's more of kind of like questioning all the time.
Well, my thing is, and I've had this conversation with many people that I know, family members especially. My mother hates it when I do this. So you're not the only one.
Yes.
Right. So
oh my God, I don't know why.
My mother hates it too.
Yeah.
But if you give me something to say, right? If you give me an opinion or something like that, or some advice, my thing usually is, I will challenge the advice.
Yep.
To see how well it holds.
Which is really pretty smart, honestly.
Well, I mean,
I like
it makes sense to me, but it's irritating for everyone else.
I like it. So yeah, so
because the good part is obviously for our situation when we talk business, we want to see how well that idea holds. If it holds well, then obviously we can move forward.
And remember who actually had the same situation last week?
Who? Oh yeah. That's right. Now, and it made us feel. Now we're not gonna blast anybody, but we had a meeting last week, and we were meeting with one of our affiliates, people that we work with, and we were having a what was it, like a late lunch little meeting for a thing,
yes.
And those two were like an old married couple. And it was two guys.
But they are manager and the owner, the CEO and the owner.
Right. So, and when we saw them, it was a little awkward, but for us, it was levity because we were just like, this is us. This is how we talk when we have our business meetings. So we actually felt a little bit better about ourselves. We were like, so we're not the only ones that try to kill each other at these meetings. So we're not alone. Thank God. We were like, it's all good. We're normal.
We just see our the replica, the mirror of ourselves.
Yeah, it was like, okay, it was like watching Suits for those who watch Suits, and they see them bigger at each other even though they're on the same team. We're just like, yes, that's not just drama. It's actual real shit. Thank God. All right, but that was great.
Yeah.
But okay, so
see, I like this one because you see, when you actually in a business, meetings or business relationship, you guys fight. You guys not really fight, arguments like. Business arguments.
Yeah, difference of opinion on what direction to go or how to do it.
Yes, and it's really, really good. And see, the reason why these people are having like an argument, they trust each other.
Right.
Yeah, they trust each other. Once a person actually start kissing your ass,
right,
then you know that this is not trustworthy enough.
Well, now I have to give you a golf clap for this. No, I have to give you a golf clap. Why? Because we just had the worst transition you ever made to one of the better transitions you've ever made. That was very, very good, right? That was very good. Golf clap to you, right? So,
why does he has to humiliate me in front of the camera?
I just gave you a compliment. That was beautiful. That was wonderfully done.
Whatever.
I'm just saying. So, in business, right, since we're kind of on that subject,
yes.
How have we dealt with broken trust when we work with someone?
Oh, just cut them off.
Oh! All right, now.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's, since I will be nice and I will volunteer, but then you still have to answer, you're not off the hook, okay?
Oh, shut up.
I'm being honest with you.
Well, all right. I have a question earlier. Now you're actually.
Oh, well, go. Yeah. Well, ask me that first. If you. Oh, then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then there you go. Okay, so, in my case, right, I've always believed in getting the work done.
Yep.
Despite whoever your position is, whatever else. If I'm getting the work done, and I'm doing it well, get out of my face and let me do my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how he am.
Right. So if I need to be,
I'm always a quarter. What do you call it? What do you call it? The quarterback.
Oh yeah. Armchair quarterback. Armchair quarterbacking. I would have done it this way, right? But you know, as musicians, I'm gonna cut you a little slack because as musicians, we look at other musicians, other singers, other entertainers, and go, should they have done that? Should they have done that? Done it that way? So I'm gonna cut you a little slack, even though it's irritating. So because I do it too. But when I work or I've worked with people in the past, I've always felt like outside of pulling me up in certain situations or telling me something that I didn't know, as long as I'm doing something, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm doing it in an efficient way, get out of my way because I don't want to hear that. Now, for them, it's probably seen as a broken trust because I'm not really playing the game or I'm not being.
No, it's not. I don't see it that way.
I don't see it either, but I'm trying to be balanced about it because if you're an employer and you have someone who's being obstinate and difficult, for you that could be a sign of broken trust because you need them to do what you need to tell them to do. That can be a liability,
but it's not a broken trust.
Oh, true. Yeah, but because if you don't feel like you can trust them to listen to you, but you can trust them to do the job. So it is still a sense of broken trust because you trust them to do the position. No, it's not. But you don't necessarily trust them to follow everything you want them to follow.
In the business, level, is a broken trust technically is if this employee actually telling you things that you want to hear and then goes to the other manager telling things that they want to hear, that's the trust that has, you have to cut that off.
How can you
Stop.
do that if you're
Stop talking, stop talking more in that business with this employee.
But here's the thing, how do you do that if you're an employee and the person who's doing that is, say, above you, middle management, and now granted, you could always circumvent that person, but the middle management person's always going to be right there closer to management than you are as an employee.
Yeah.
So that's something that could be a difficult thing to navigate.
Oh yeah, it's difficult. What I always do is I'll always just shut up and watch.
Oh, see, I already know what you're on. See, we had this conversation too in another subject, which I won't get into, but she was right.
That's what's and watch them.
Right. But I won't get into the details, but basically it's the same result. You would just be like, hi, bitch. Yeah, that's it. Just like, hi, how are you? And it's like you're thinking, bitch. That type of shit, right? And then see, I've gotten better at that. But I would still not say that is a strong suit for me.
Why not?
Yeah, just, I'm very passionate about the things that I care about. And two things I care about is music and my family. So it's
good
hard
for you.
And it's hard for me to thank you. It's hard for me to hold my tongue in both situations. In music, I've learned to do that a bit better. Mm-hmm. Because I've understood, like with work, with a regular job, there's certain structures that you have to follow. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten better at that because I love what I do.
Do you kiss ass?
I do not kiss ass. I guess I've taken your thing and just chosen to not say anything. Because rather I'm going to say everything I need to say, or I'm going to say nothing and just power through. So that is kind of, I guess that's where I'm at. I've chosen to rather say what I'm going to say, but now that I've had these different options on how I do my business, mm-hmm. I have an opportunity to say what I need to say because I have my own band and I have my own way of doing things there. So when I work with other projects, me having the control here offsets me feeling like I have to exert any control over there. So it balances me out so if I have to go through their way, mm-hmm. it's not my way, but it's not my act. I'm not in charge of that act. So in that instance, I just kind of let it go and I just kind of be a good soldier because I know when I do my act, I can do it how I want to do it, the way I want to do it.
In the business level, I always say that just do the job that you are paid for, mm-hmm. and don't put your nose into somebody's job or somebody's business. And I always say this, that is above my pay grade.
That is above your pay grade?
Yeah, every time they're trying to, let's say for example,
okay.
Yeah, there is a situation at work,
right,
that is I'm not paid to do it,
okay,
because I have my boss to mm-hmm. do it,
right.
I'm just gonna hand it to them,
right,
hand it to them and say, you know what, this is above my pay grade, take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Is that your way of saying I don't want to deal with that? Yeah, I thought so. All right. Now, to get back on track a little bit, would that be a sign of broken trust? Because
no, it's not.
No, I'm not. But I'm asking because they've kind of aligned you to do it. Now, I get your point of delegating, mm-hmm. but that could also backfire and say, I wanted you to do it. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, if they said, okay, Maria, here you go. Can you please do it? Mm-hmm. See, I'm doing the job that they asked me to do, but I don't want to actually. You see, I used to be an executive of a company, right?
Right.
And for me, if I know that employee wouldn't be able to take care of this matter, I'm not gonna give it to them because they probably mess it up. Mm-hmm. But if an employee is trying to, a lower employee is trying to fix something, mm-hmm. that they don't know how to fix it and it messed up, it bounced back to the boss.
Right.
So I'd rather not them take care of it without me knowing, It's more of you can call it a
micromanaging.
Yeah, but then sometimes it works better. Because if in case if they tell you, like, let's say an employee comes to me and say, hey, this is the situation, what do you want to do with it? And I can say, especially when I know that I can trust this employee to do a good job, I'm gonna say, take care of him.
Right. I get that. However, like, obviously there's two sides to this, because if they say do this and you delegate it, you say, okay, go ahead and do it, and they knock it out, then obviously you get the praise anyway, because he did well, which means you did well.
Yeah.
Right. I get that. 48 Laws of Power, by the way. Get the book. It is amazing. All right. So
where's the book?
48 Laws of Power.
Oh, 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, 48 Laws of Power.
That is amazing.
Yeah, you've read the book before, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Well, obviously you agree with that rule. So there you go.
Yeah, I do. I do agree with that.
Of course.
I think they kind of put it in different books, textbooks in college.
Well, I don't know if they ever put the 48 Laws of Power in college, but they should.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah. Anyway, but the flip side of that is, right, if you do that and it doesn't work out, even if you fix it, right, your boss could still say a monicum of broken trust, because they trusted you to do it and expected you to do it on your own.
Yeah. No.
Personally.
Yeah. When you are an employee.
But you see what I'm saying, though, right?
I do, yeah.
So obviously there's a flip side. There's a good aspect to that, and there's a negative aspect to that, which could lead to some form of broken trust.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You see, when an employee doesn't do a good job, the trust is broken. You're not gonna ask that person again.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that could go, since we're using the example you created, they could say, I don't want to give you that situation because you tried to delegate it, and even though you fixed it, it wouldn't need to be fixed if you just did with it yourself, versus trying to pawn it off on somebody else. You dig what I mean?
Yeah, I dig it.
I dig it.
I did
that type of shit.
But anyways, guys, so on our last segment.
Okay.
Yeah, before actually we end this, we let's actually kind of wrap what do you call that? Kind of review what we talk about.
Are you going to remember what we talked about? Because I may not.
Oh, you may not.
Yeah, anyways, I know you won't, because you want to forget it all anyway, because it was about personal stuff. She's like, what was that?
Broken trust.
Delete. Yeah.
Broken trust. How you deal with broken trust in your life. Actually.
All right. So how about this? Why don't we talk about in the next segment how we could mend broken trust?
Oh, I love that.
How do we do that?
Yeah, that is a good one. See, if you actually do your structure before we start the show, we could have a better show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you would
just don't involve my personal
well, then you need
personal experience.
Well, no, that means you'll just have to come up with more innocuous subjects that don't involve personal experience.
All right, then.
And that will never happen.
Oh, we're gonna see you guys back on the fourth segment.
And we'll be right back when we talking about our next guest, or our next subject will be 1 + 1 = 2. That way she won't have to talk about anything personal about her life ever again. So this is Musician Loves Honey on social media shows. We'll be right back.
We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
And everybody else is interested in styles, designs, and wardrobes. Add this name to your list. And What Fashion. They'll have you looking runway ready with their customized apparel and accessories. And if you ain't heard, they currently on trial for murder because they killing the game with his and her fashion. Go check them out at the Rancho Discount Mall on 2901 West Washington Ave, space 128. For additional info, dial 702-624-5584. Also follow them on Instagram at And What Fashion Boutique. And What Fashion. Triumph over adversity.
we are talking about broken trust supposedly in general, but then he started actually digging into my personal life.
You know what? Broken trust means a variety of different things, and to talk about broken trust means you have to talk about something that pertains to you as an individual. That way you can show that you relate to the subject. Something that Miss Maybelline over here chooses. Yes, Miss Maybelline over here chooses to forget every time we're on the show because she feels she's fabulous and the thing is fabulous.
I don't feel it. I am fabulous.
You are so fabulous that you think you don't have to talk about yourself. Wrong.
We should.
Right?
Well, this is a show. We shouldn't be talking about ourselves.
Well, in this, when we're talking about particular subjects,
you're a self-conceited man, narcissist-conceited man.
This from every comment she says is just beautiful and I'm beautiful. Really? You gonna do that? You gonna say that to me? All right.
Anyways,
all right. Hypocrisy, party of 1.5.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
There you
Your
go.
Your hypocrisy is taller than you, which does not say much.
Oh my God! You are terrible.
Well, you know what? I am terrible at telling the truth.
Please see him at House of Blues.
Yes, I will be.
19th.
Yes, correct. I will be there. But we'll get into all that. We're going to get back to the subject.
I know. Yeah.
Right. The subject is broken trust. That's what we've been talking about. Well, we're going to get to that at the end. It's the last segment. We got this.
Goodness.
See, come on. Now, see, she's talked about structure, and yet you choose not to follow it.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Why are we... Okay, go ahead.
That's what I say to that.
Okay, next subject.
Next subject.
I know.
Next subject. What subject we talking about in the last segment? What are we doing? All right, so the question I brought up was, how do we mend
the broken
trust? Broken trust. Right. Do you have a shot? You have a shot in the break? Did I not see? There was some tequila in here? What happened?
Anyways, yes. How do you mend a broken heart? A broken
heart? Which broken? I mean, it can be related.
Broken trust.
All right. Well, since you brought them two together, I'm going to, even though you didn't mean to, I'm going to put it together in a little bit. All right? Because one is related to the other.
No, just trust.
No, I'm already going there. So too bad. You shouldn't open your mouth. You did that to yourself. Nah. All right. So we'll do like this. In a certain age or after certain experiences, also we all get hardened, right? We are kind of, protective of ourselves as we should be.
Like the Jaded song?
Right, just like the Jaded song. See, now that's a good plug. All right. Right. So, KevonTyrre.com. All right. Now enough of that.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug all day. All right. Now, how do we fix that? And that's hard for us to do because obviously we don't want to be hurt again. We don't want to have similar experiences. And you talked about something earlier before the show, talking about forgiving, but you said forgive and forget.
Yeah, forgive and forget. Just totally forget about it. And don't do it again.
But that's a different situation. Because reason why I say that is to forgive and forget kind of says that you act like nothing ever happened, and none of us do that. So
I do that.
No, you don't.
I do.
That's a lie, and this is why it's a lie. Because if that was the case, then you would have lived your life as if that never happened, and you would not have fortified yourself emotionally.
I never fortified.
You just said you did earlier in the show. We got the footage to prove it. We got the footage here to prove it.
You have an evidence, huh?
Our evidence. All right, it is an audio show CSI episode.
Shut up. Anyways, right. Okay, so yeah, how do you move forward?
Well, I'll say for myself,
Good.
Well, you trust me, you're not off the hook, so I don't think that you are. For myself,
I'm already off the hook.
You're. I'm not even gonna go there. I will say, like you said, I do not forgive and forget. But I forgive and don't forget. Now, obviously, the positive of that is you understand what happened, you move on from it because now you get rid of that emotional baggage, right? Because that's what forgiving means, essentially. But the not forgetting part is good because you don't want to make that same mistake. The flip side of that is now you have that experience and you fortify yourself for a similar experience to happen again. That where the mending broken trust becomes a problem, because now, because of that experience, it makes it harder for you to open up for that, just in case that situation happens again. So I guess, speaking for myself personally, and obviously you'll second this because she's hard to talk about how she crossed the street. You know, it's hard to do.
How to cross the
Right.
street.
You're hard pressed to talk about when you cross the street.
I don't cross the street because I drive.
Well, you still would not talk about how you cross the street because it's too personal. You know, why are you asking about my business? That type of stuff. But it's hard to mend broken trust after experiences, and it's hard to kind of go through those things. But the best we can do is hopefully trust our instincts and trust our emotions to an extent. Try to balance it with our brain. Try to balance it with our brain. Hence, try, T-R-Y, in big ass words, and you know, and to see how things lead that way. You know,
you shouldn't be.
I shouldn't be what?
If if you already feeling it, all the red flags is already out there. Don't trust your feelings, because you know what, your feelings always, your emotion and your feelings always actually knock you down in the end.
They can, but
the only way that you would actually to avoid all because you know what, you cannot control somebody's thinking.
Nor you can control their actions.
Yeah, you cannot control their action,
right.
Even though how much you hope and pray that
mm-hmm.
They will actually fulfill the end of the promise.
Right.
Yeah, there are million things going around in this world that can actually change that that's that brain, you know what I mean? Yeah, so you'll never know when. Okay, let me put it this way.
Please do, because I'm almost lost. I'm almost lost.
Let's say a person actually promised something, right?
Right.
They promise something, and on that point that they promise, they will do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
they will do it.
They said it, and you're expecting.
Committed. They're committed.
So they said it, and you expect them to immediately fulfill what they said.
Yeah, not probably immediate, but then they will do it.
Okay.
You are actually holding
them to their word. Right.
Yes. Yeah. So. All right. So let's say the other person actually really meant it.
Right.
That they're committed to fulfill that promise.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a point probably in the there will be a point something actually what do you call that now? Something changed their mind. There is a situation came up, or whatever it is, situation or what matters or whatever can change their
outlook on it.
Yes,
give them a different point of view. Right.
Yes, and eventually they will be like, no, I'm not doing this.
Right.
And then you don't know what is exactly what went on.
Right.
So your the promise you were holding under promise that they're gonna do it, and then they eventually didn't do it.
Right.
And
I mean, granted, that's not necessarily their fault. However,
it is, and it's not. It's nobody's fault.
Right, but that is obviously an example of broken trust.
Yeah, you see, you actually, your trust to this person is broken, and you really don't know what exactly happened. So, the best way to actually just, to avoid this situation is just go ahead and don't trust.
Stop that.
Emotions.
Stop that. Come on now. No.
There you go. That's how you do it, because you'll never know. Yes. That's how it is. Don't trust.
No. See, that's wrong. You know who? I'm not. You know what? You know who should not trust? Your makeup artist. I'm kidding. No, I'm messing.
So you're telling me that I don't look good? I'm
saying that you could look.
You know what? I don't trust you looking on my makeup anyway. So.
Well, you're probably right about that. Since I'm so fabulous, I don't need any. How about that? No. Anyway,
and I don't trust your opinion. So.
I'm too pretty for you to not trust my opinion.
Whoa!
Well, I said that.
Really?
Oh!
What the heck?
Oh!
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding. Look. Anyway, you obviously I don't agree with that. Now, obviously we just have to have balance. Obviously, you should protect yourself and make sure that things are fine.
Protect yourself more.
Right. Stop it. But you should also stop it.
Yeah.
But you also just as much need to live life.
No, protect yourself 99.9%.
Look, no one's saying that they should go out there and get themselves in trouble and doing crazy stuff. But what we are saying is this life is worth living. And
no, you still live your life, but
Yeah.
don't trust anybody.
how can you live your life if you don't trust anybody? You're just gonna be in a shield bubble, walking around like Bubble Boy.
No, I do it. Oh, that's fine.
And that's why people are telling you to go out more. Because you're too busy in the bubble, girl. That's why they say take your tiny little behind out and meet some musicians and kick it and hit that street. You know what I'm saying? And it's for business. It's for business, as you and I both know, right? So
Well, anyways,
So-
guys, that's our our opinion about broken trust. Not
Yes.
opinion, is based on our experience.
that is our
Don't-
opinion.
Okay,
Our
first,
point
don't
of view.
trust anybody.
No, that's what you said. It's not what I said. That's not what I said. Doop.
Protect yourself as much as you could, because there's
Yes.
a lot of people out there that can actually just change your mind.
Yes. Now, listen. Things can happen that are not your or the other
Out of
person's
your
fault.
control.
Right. And you should forgive.
And forget.
No, because if you forgive and forget, that means it never happened. I don't agree with that. Some people may have a different opinion, and if you do, cool. Put it in the comments below. We got no problem with that. This is obviously an open forum, so we agree, disagree, maybe agree in part, disagree in part. We want to hear all that, so put it in a comment below. But no, I do not condone that idea. I say forgive, do not forget, but don't let the experience jade you. Wink, wink. Jaded. All right. Jade you too much where you cannot be open to new experiences. Now, I will put this as a caveat. Obviously, when things happen and you're emotionally bruised, you need time to heal that way. And you got to give yourself that time. You got to give yourself that moment to let yourself
I'm not broken.
rest. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
What the heck?
Girl, you beat up like Lego fresh out the
Oh,
box.
shut up.
Nah, yeah, but so give yourself that time to heal, and then once you're at a certain point, don't obviously jump right back into whatever it was. Go at it a piece at a time. Right,
Yeah,
go at
I
it a
agree.
piece at a time.
I agree
Yeah.
with you on that. Oh my
Right.
God, I agree on one thing only.
Well, hey, You
But
know,
anyways, yeah.
right. The
Well,
sun
you know
shines
what?
on a dog's ass every once in a
Well,
while. Right?
you know what? Healing. I believe the best way to heal is protect yourself.
Well, that is by giving yourself the space to heal emotionally, even emotionally and mentally, because obviously they're in tandem. Gives yourself the opportunity to repair what you need to repair, things like that. In many cases, some people need to talk to someone, friend, family member, maybe even a professional. Excuse me. Please do those things. That way you can put yourself together in the most productive way possible. And then once that's said and done and you've given yourself the time you need to, go at it a little bit at a time. Dip your toe in the water, then maybe 2 toes. Then eventually you put the foot in. Next thing you know, after a certain amount of time, you're back.
You're
right.
swimming.
You're swimming, right? At very least, hopefully you're dog
And
paddling.
then
But you're
you're
buoyant
fishing.
nonetheless. Oh, then you're fishing. See? That's right. Hey, I'm the Gordon's fisherman. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
So,
I
anyway.
think that's a good topic. You kind of make me a little bit open up.
Yeah, I know. That's just getting the canned goods, girl.
Anyways,
Good Lord.
guys, if you have anything to say about our topic today, please comment below. This show will also be broadcasted on audio format on
right.
Sunday at revolutionradio2.com.
Right.
So please, since you're supporting us on the video format, please also
hit us up on our podcast.
No, support, not hit.
Well, support. You can't hit an audio. You can't hit audio, so you can hit us up. You won't get a charge if you hit us up on audio. You won't get a charge for that. The cops will come on your door. We heard you beat up an MP3. Come on with us, sir. We have some questions for you. That's not going to happen. You'll be okay. You know what I mean? By the way, are you okay? Are you okay? All right. So, yes, we are on air on revolutionradio2.com twice a day on Sunday. So please hit us up right there on revolutionradio2.com, and you will hear us in our sexy voices, or at least my sexy voice and her voice. And, and we will be talking to this.
My voice is this. Hello, everyone.
Hey, okay. I can see why. I see why all the boys is coming out to the yard with that voice. Go ahead with your bad self. She's
There's no boys.
Oh, the men.
No, there's no guys.
There's no men.
Yeah.
There's no there's no rich CEOs talking about can I invest in your property? You know, that kind of thing.
No.
Can I make an investment in your property?
No, I don't.
May might take out some equity. You know, that kind of thing.
No.
You know what? She's keeping her golden book close to the vest, y'all. That's what that is. But
whatever.
Anyway, so let me go ahead and get this since we're close to the end of the show. Thank you very much, everyone who hit us up. Of course, shout out to Revolution Radio 2. Shout out to And What Fashion Boutique. Hit y'all. Appreciate you. Shout out, of course, to Paparazzi Accessories. You can go ahead and hit all those people up on our website, socialmediashows.com. Now, anyone who is check this out, who wants to catch us live, we start at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which means if you want us on the West Coast, they're 3 hours ahead of us. You will catch us at 6 p.m. If you're in Hawaii and you're in that time zone, you will catch us at noon. So anywhere around the world, go ahead and make sure you hit us up in the time zone that sets and coordinates with us at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But if you did not catch us, fear not, because you can go ahead and hit the like and the comment right here on social media shows. Of course, you can like and comment on a Musician Loves Honey page right here on Facebook as well. And of course, we will be rebroadcasting this on YouTube in part and in whole for the full episode on our social media live shows.
Yes.
Thank you, on YouTube. And of course, we will be
social media shows on YouTube.
Thank you for correcting me. So on YouTube, you catch us on social media shows. We will have this episode in part of our segments and its entirety. Of course, you can catch us on Twitter under social media shows.
Online shows.
Thank you very much. See, that's so confusing, girl, but I'm glad you're here to correct me. You can catch us on Twitter under social media live shows. We're on LinkedIn under social media live shows. And we are on Instagram also social media live. Oh, social media live
shows. Live show.
Yeah, thank you.
Social media live shows.
It's like that I knew.
I think I'm gonna write that down every time.
You should, because you confuse us. Because you got all the live and then the social media.
No, because it's already taken. I cannot use something as taken.
Okay. Well, you should have made just all one thing. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, thank you. So anyway.
Why don't you do that?
I do it?
Yeah.
You're the one that's always in the basement doing stuff.
Continue before I'm gonna actually put a plug. I'm doing my shameless.
Okay.
Plug.
Well, all right. Well, that's fine. So with that said, please go ahead, hit us up with a follow and a like on all those streaming sites. Now, say it once again since we're halfway confused. So I'll do it this way. We're on YouTube under
Social Media Shows.
We're on Twitter under
Online_shows.
We're under LinkedIn under
Social Media Live Shows.
We're on Instagram under
Social Media Live Shows.
And of course, we're right here on Facebook under
Social Media Shows.
There you go. See, that's how I'm doing it from now on. Because you know when I don't always remember, right? It's as simple as that.
Because he's getting old and he's getting Alzheimer's.
That's right. Because you know what? The bald head is getting there. That means all the dull gray stuff matter. That's getting just as dull with it. So that's how it goes. And
it's
of course, right.
Guys.
And you will catch me next week. I will be at the House of Blues on the 19th, April 19th.
What is today? Today is the 9th.
Yes, so that's next week.
The other week.
Right, so not this weekend,
yes.
Next weekend.
Yes.
Right. I will be playing at the Mom Museum this Friday, but I believe that is a private gig, so I'm not sure.
Oh, you're going to be in a private. Are you going to be stripping?
The Mob Museum?
I don't know.
It's the Mob Museum.
I've never been there.
Okay, well, I don't know if there's any strippers with Tommy guns. I don't know if they do that there at the Mob Museum.
Okay.
Okay. You're Get some Vegas history, girl. What's wrong with you? This girl here. Hello,
the only
show, Aaron McFly. What's wrong?
The only shows that I've been to in Vegas is actually Mr. Kevon Tyrre show.
Now I will have to say this, and then of course we'll let you do your plugs, of course. When we did the show, when she all came out to the show, she gets concerned when she has a lot of people. We'll just put it that way to say it nicely. She gets concerned, so I had to actually pick her up. In between sets. I was in between sets. I actually had to pick her up.
It's not between sets. It's between sets of a woman who you're dating.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Because you're not in set at that time.
No, I was in
dating somebody and then you
I'm talking about the show on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Goofball. All right, you better leave my Sunday nights out of this. All right. Now, good woman. Jeez. No, what I'm saying is, in between the sets on Saturday, because she's concerned about seeing a lot of people, I actually had to pick her up and put her into the dance floor,
okay.
and JC,
Got you.
because she started dancing like the slow kid from The Simpsons. It was like this, so it was kind of funny. I'm just like, how you gonna do that? I know that dress is tight, but it's not that snug. Go on and dance, girl. Acting all scary. It took us till the end of the show where 4 people were there. I can dance now. No. You have to dance when there's actually like 200-300 people on the stuff. Oh, and by the way, you know how many people we had at that show?
490.
No, we had 474.
Yay! Thank you so much for actually coming by to see our great Kevon Tyrre show on Saturday.
It's not just me. It's me. It's obviously my lovely partner
And
Candace
Absolute.
and Absolute.
Yes.
So thank you guys for chilling out with us. Of course, we'll be back next month.
Yes.
And with that said, I will give you the floor.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna actually plug. On May 4th, we're gonna be, me and my team is gonna be on that floor again. Although I'm not gonna be on that floor.
She will be dancing. We're gonna make her dance.
No.
Yes.
But anyway, so guys, all my friends, my viewers, come and join us on that night because you're gonna have fun. I never even imagined that I will have fun. I was thinking that we're gonna do what we came there for, and then leave.
Right.
We actually end up actually partying.
Yeah, we had a good time after the show, and we had a couple of drinks, and it was nice to for us to be together as a team.
Yes.
You know, it was a fun time, and everyone kind of did their part. Timothy was there, JC, JD. It was really cool.
And then
for
we're
us to
gonna
come
have
out.
Bettina, Dania, Dolores.
Well, cool. Whenever they're able, because I know Dania
and Joe also. Joe,
when he comes in town, of course.
No, the other Joe. The other Joe with the sweater.
Okay,
sleeves. Yes.
right.
And some more people that is coming. Gigi Chick.
Right, and I know Dania, her and I, because we're both entertainers, so I guess we have the same scheduling. So when she's able to go, of course, I would love to have her there. I'm sure she'll be doing her Tina stuff.
And I'm also inviting everyone I know here in Vegas. This is our time. It's actually for locals.
Yes. My hashtag for that is locals deserve good music too, and I say that because Las Vegas, for those, of course, who should know, if you don't, Las Vegas has mounds of entertainment, and it's always, for the most part, geared towards the Strip. It's geared towards the casinos around the Strip, and that entertainment and all that is great because I play in those places as well. But we need to have places for the locals where they can go and have a good time. Yes. Whatever your style of music
I agree.
is. And granted, I have my preference, but whatever your style is, you should be able to go to a venue and a spot and have your music represented. And that is what my band hopefully represents for a lot of people out there.
You know what? At least try to go and see him actually perform at least once every 2 months.
Once every 2 months. That's every other month, right?
Yeah,
but hey, look, if you enjoy it, if you enjoy it,
fun.
man, please spread the word and let us know what's up. Shout out to Boyd Gaming, obviously, for letting us continue to be there. And of course, shout out to the booking agency who got us out there. And of course, to my band members, because they're always keeping us in and keeping us locked and stocked and ready to rock. You know what I mean? So we appreciate and we appreciate you all for that. So
yes, yeah. Well, tomorrow night on Let's Talk World with Maria. We have 2 Let's Talk World, which is with Maria and with JD now.
Right.
And with Maria's show, I'm gonna have this man on my show. Actually, thank you so much.
Wait, I'm on the show tomorrow?
Yeah.
Man, I forgot that fast. What the hell?
I just talked to you about
I know you did,
earlier.
but I was just like, wait a minute, what?
So, yeah.
She was trying to work me, man. I know. I'll be there. Of course, I'll be there, girl. But
yeah. So
trying to work me.
So he's gonna be my guest tomorrow. I'm so glad that I'm gonna have this man.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I remember now. I remember what we talked about now. Okay, well, we'll see how that plays. Okay, all right. No, I'm not saying I'm not gonna be there. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, and also we're gonna be live streaming a lot of our itinerary or everything that we did for these past weeks. Rusty Potters,
right? Those
kind of thing. We're gonna be live streaming it. We're gonna show you again. It's already on our pages, but we're gonna show you again what we did, what we are actually doing so far. For these past few weeks on Let's Talk World.
Right.
And also tomorrow, watch In the Office with Joseph Escoda. Be inspired with his motivational wordings. He is kind of like religious guy telling you motivates you, inspires you. So please watch that at 12:30 noon time. And then next week we have a full show for dark music television starting on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Every time, yep, noon Pacific Standard Time, y'all. So come on in, check us out. All those independent acts all over the country, all over the world. Doesn't matter what your genre is. Hit us up. The email is info@socialmediashows.com. Or you can go ahead and get dark music television at gmail.com. Submit your videos in MP4 format. Please no YouTube links. Hit us up. Doesn't matter the genre. We want to see you as long as you are unsigned, independent. All the stations out there that want to hype up people, let us know who they are. Come on, get us in. Let's show ahead and rep these people, and especially the Las Vegas acts. I know you people out there, all the R&B singers, all the hip-hop cats, all the rock cats. Come on through and hit us up. Let us get you out there. Let us bring the world to you, baby.
And also, Maria and Joe. I know Maria and Joe only comes once every quarter. So
Once
please,
every quarter.
quarter. I said that.
Go
Shut
ahead.
up. This, oh goodness. Anyways, yeah, Maria and Joe Live TV. It's about inspiration as well. Please watch it tomorrow at 5 p.m.
All right, you're long-winded now. We could just put some commercials in for this. Can we go now?
Why are you going?
Can we go now?
Okay, where are we going?
We're going to eat.
Oh, you're gonna treat me for food.
I thought you were cooking and treating me for food.
All right, well, guys. Okay, what else do you want to say?
What I want to say is this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure and an honor to be on your laptops, on your computers, on your phones, on your iPods, iPads, all right, and the Android version of that. So thank you all for kicking it with us. We're going to have a whole new show next week, and we welcome you guys. Yeah, our topic is equality versus chivalry. The first time I actually remember the topic.
Yay!
Right.
Woo!
So,
but anyways, guys, thank you so much for staying with us.
That's right.
For those who actually just joined us, please just go and rewind it.
Right, and you can catch our schedule right here on socialmediashows.com, as well as our page on social media shows right here on Facebook Live. We're out of here, y'all. God bless. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.